Namaste and welcome to this practice. Come to find yourself in a comfortable seated position that might be with the legs crossed. Perhaps you're sitting up on something a little higher to lift the hips. And let's take time to bring the hands down onto the knees, grounding down through the palms, turning down gesture. Noticing where your sit bones touch down, and from that, lifting and lengthening the spine up out of the pelvis. Noticing that space just above the crown of the head that you keep reaching your attention up to. Feeling a sense of brightness and possibility in the body. Noticing the back body and feeling into the front body. Sensing the soft movement of your belly with your breath. And checking in with the body as a whole. And checking in with your body as a whole. The whole of your body. If you'd like to take time now to set a sankalpa, an intention for your practice. With these next 3 breaths, you might like to repeat that as a one-word intention. And then bringing the hands together in Anjali Mudra at the heart. Letting the back of the hands skim across the knees as you inhale and circle the arms up and overhead. Connect the palms and exhale, drawing those hands all the way down through center. And repeating this, inhale to lift. Lengthen the spine, exhale, lowering down. That next inhale again lifts the arms, perhaps looking up, and exhale, hands meet at the heart. And we'll do this 3 more times in the opposite direction. So as you breathe in, reach the hands up, perhaps look up here. Exhale, bend the elbows, soften the shoulders as you circle the hands back to the heart. 2 more with your breath. Feel the corners of the lips lifting as you lift the arms, lift the gaze. A moment here in gratitude for this amazing body in which you're connecting with today. Finding the hands back at the heart. We interlace the fingers here. Inhale, lift to the chin, lift the elbows, pressing the palms forward. Exhale, rounding the spine. We're coming back to the hands under the chin. So as you breathe in, lift, tilt forward a little to the front of the sit bones. Exhale, then sitting back and rounding. Inhale, lift to the chin, lift the crown. Exhale, pressing forward. And just 1 more like this. Meeting with those hands out in front. And as you breathe in, reaching the arms up. Returning to the arms back out in front as you exhale. Inhale to lift, pressing up through the index fingers. Exhale, pressing forward. 2 more like this, with your breath guiding your body. So let's meet with the hands overhead, reaching up, lengthening through the side of the body. Then adding a twist to the right as you exhale, bringing the right hand behind you. Lifting up through the spine, inviting the side waist, the rib cage, and the left shoulder around. And floating the arms back alongside the ears overhead, breathing in and exhale to the other side. Inhale, reaching the arms up, palms are connecting. Exhale the hands all the way down through center. Now we take the legs out in front. You could still be sitting on something if you prefer. Press down a little more into the heels, draw the toes back towards you. Anchor down through the legs, hands meet at the heart, interlacing the fingers. Breathing in, lift to the chin, pressing forward, exhale. Hands to the chin, inhale. Exhale, forward. 1 more like this. Meeting with the hands, reaching out to the front. As you breathe in, take the arms all the way up. Hinging forward from the hips, exhale, reaching the hands a little further towards the feet now, coming up as you breathe in. Keep hinging forward, lead with the heart, exhale. One more we'll take like this, lifting up with the in-breath. Exhale as far forward as you can, and then releasing the hands down onto the legs. Left hand stays on the left leg. Inhale, right arm reaches up and all the way to the floor behind you, finding this twist. Pivoting around with those hands in contact with the body, with the floor. Use your next breath in, both arms reach up. Exhale around to the other side. Inhale the arms overhead, palms are meeting, and as you exhale, draw the hands down through center, soften the toes. Lean back into the hands, take the feet wide out to the long edges of your mat. Let the knees fall to one side and look over the opposite shoulder. Inhale back through center and exhale to the other side. Now you could keep the hands on the floor, or you could be hands free here, dropping the knees to one side, this time looking in the same direction, rotating a little more through the spine, coming back as you breathe in, and exhale, adding that little extra rotation in the same direction of the knees. Take 2 more here. And after that last one, we're meeting with our knees facing forward. We're preparing for boat pose. So come forward to the front of the sit bones, maybe moving the flesh of the buttocks. Lift up and in through the lower belly. Lift the chest. Legs can come off the floor. Know that you can always have your hands at the back of your legs or on the floor behind you, if that helps you keep your chest nice and bright. Lifting the gaze. We're here for 2 more breaths. Keep drawing in and up through the lower belly. One last breath in. Now as you exhale, prepare to come forward. It might be rocking over the ankles. Find your hands and knees and start building into your first downward facing dog here. So check in with the hands, spread the fingers wide, lift the sit bones, draw the belly to the thighs. Focus on lengthening the spine first. Then perhaps getting heavier through the heels. And how does it feel just to let your head be a little heavier here, softening all sides of the neck, hugging the forearms in towards each other. Starting to lift up the heels and looking forward, take a few steps and come to the front of your mat. When you arrive, take a halfway lift, breathing in. On the exhale, fold. Bend the knees, strong legs lift you up, reverse swan dive. Inhale, palms meet overhead. Exhale, down through center. We'll keep flowing here, of course, letting your breath guide your movement. Inhale, lift, look up. Soften the knees, exhale to fold. Finding that halfway lift here, breathing in. Plant the hands, exhale back into your plank. Shifting forward, inhale. Exhale, lowering down with control. Finding cobra first of all, press into the top of the feet, spine forward and up, inhale. Exhale to lower down. Navel to spine, have the core on here as you press the earth away. Take the sit bones up, downward facing dog. Stay with the breath moving in. And the breath moving out. Perhaps noticing it through the nostrils, that touch of air, or relaxing the belly, feeling the movement of the tummy with the breath. Bend the knees, shift the gaze forward, walk, step or jump to the front of your mat. When you arrive, take a breath in, lift your chest halfway. Exhale to fold. Reverse swan dive, inhale, lifting up, looking up, exhale, hands move down through the midline. And we'll continue, inhale to lift. Knees soft, exhale to fold. Finding that halfway lift, breathing in. Exhale, stepping back into plank. Shift forward, breathing in. Exhale, lower down with control. If you're taking up dog this time, bring your hands a little more to the mid and lower ribs. You want your wrists directly underneath your shoulders. The hips come off the floor this time. We're still hugging in the ankles, hugging in the forearms. Chest is moving forward and up. We're here for one last breath. If you're moving straight back into down dog here, especially have that core on as you roll over the toes. Take the sit bones up. Lengthen through the spine. Then lengthen through the legs. Feel, hear, and sense the breath. Bending the knees, look forward, take a breath in, make your way to the front of the mat, lifting the chest halfway. Exhale to fold, coming up, breathing in, circle the arms overhead, exhale, landing at the heart. One more of our Surya Namaskar A, you can add your up dog or your cobra, breathing in to lift up, exhale to fold. Halfway lift, breathing in. Plank pose, exhale. Inhale to come forward, exhale, lowering down through chaturanga. Finding your back bend of choice here. Meeting in downward facing dog. So if you're moving from cobra, you've got an extra movement there to come up through plank or half plank. Keep stretching the mat forward through the hands. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, inhale, walk, step or jump to the front of the mat. Lifting the chest halfway, exhale, fold. Let that breath go, draw the chest to the thighs. Coming up into chair pose, bending the knees, either taking the arms alongside the ears, reaching up, or bringing your hands together at the heart. Try them both out. Which one is for you today? But wherever you are, can you feel that sense of uplift from the center of the chest? It may start just by bringing your gaze a little higher here. Pressing into the feet, inhale, reach the arms overhead, lightly touch the palms. Exhale, diving forward. Finding that halfway lift as you breathe in. Step the right leg back, find your lunge. Exhale. Inhale, take the arms up. You might even have the knee down. You could have it high or low in your lunge. Steady with the breath. One last inhale. Framing the front foot as you exhale, stepping back into plank. Come forward, inhale. Exhale down through chaturanga. Cobra or up dog here, breathing in. Meeting in downward dog. Stay for one last round of breath in. We're here for the exhale. Smoothly gliding the right leg to the air, three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward. Inhale, lifting up your arms, your gaze. Feeling that neutral pelvis, helping to stabilize here. One last inhale. Touching down at the front as you release the breath. Step forward, breathing in, lift the chest halfway. Exhale to fold. Chair pose, coming up with the breath. We're here for two more. Relax through the jaw, steady the gaze outwardly, the gaze inwardly on the breath. Pressing into the feet, inhale, lift. Look up, perhaps add a baby back bend here. Exhale, diving forward. We make our way back, breathing in. Lift the chest halfway. Left leg steps back into your lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, framing the front foot, step back into plank. Come forward, look forward, breathing in, lower down with control as you release the breath. Find your back bend here, cobra, up dog. Making your way into downward facing dog. Here, feel, sense the breath, not only through the nostrils, throughout the entire body. And use your next breath in, smoothly take the left leg up into the air. Exhale, stepping the foot forward, lunge. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, framing the front foot. Inhale, stepping forward, lift the chest halfway. Exhale to fold. Chair pose, final round. Breath moves in, breath moves out. One last round of breath, maybe sinking down into your seat a little more. Pressing into the feet, inhale, lift tall. We remain standing as you exhale, lowering the hands down to the heart. And keeping the hands here at the heart in Anjali Mudra, or resting one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly. This can be a great way to connect once again with the soft belly breath. So if you notice you've become a little short of breath, the breath has become shallow, see if you can soften your abdomen a little more and encourage that expansion and ease of the breath down there at the belly. And stay with these next 3 breaths here. Letting everything settle in the body and in the mind. So that now when you crack open your eyes, you gaze out in front and find a point that is now your drishti, your focal point. We're moving into our dancer pose, Nadarajasana. Our left leg is going to be our base. We have a softness through that knee. Your dancer pose might be your right big toe on the floor behind you, no problem. You could take the left arm up here. If you can bring your foot off the floor a little more, bend the knee, and you're going to be, little pivot there. You can be reaching back toward the foot. You don't even have to be holding the foot. If it's there, you can take hold of the foot and start to hinge forward, leading forward with the chest. See if you can avoid this opening through the hip though. Keep that right hip facing forward. And then lighten your grip with your right hand. So keep that leg actively drawing in toward the body here. It's a little more challenging. And with control, coming all the way back through center. Right foot plants back down onto the mat. We move weight into the right leg. Our left foot steps back. Right arm reaches up. A little bend in that standing leg as you start to bring the left foot toward the body, reaching back, or keep squeezing the foot in toward the sit bone. Keep steering that left hip forward, even as you start to hinge forward, leading forward and up with the chest. You might just be on 1 or 2 fingers back there with your left hand. The left leg remains active. And then everything comes back to center, releasing the feet, the arms to the ground. Feeling into that breath that keeps returning you back here to this present moment experience. Thoughts are wanting to take you in all sorts of directions. So stay here with your body, with your breath, and moving mindfully. Let's take the arms up, inhale. Knees soft, exhale to fold. Finding that halfway lift as you breathe in. As you exhale, stepping back into your high lunge. Taking the arms up, reach with the fingers, reach with the gaze. Breathing in to lift, adding that hinge winged warrior as you exhale. Inhale to lift. 2 more like this here. Now, as you take the arms back, can you keep your chest and your gaze lifted, the spine lengthening forward and up? One last time. We meet with the arms overhead as you release the next breath, framing the front foot. 3-legged dog. Left leg lifts to the air. Find length through this left side of the body first. Point the toes. You might stay like that or start to open through this left hip, looking under the left armpit. Keep pressing into that right hand. Maybe start to lower the right heel a bit more. Now stay with your twisted dog or fine wild thing with me. Start by bringing the left knee into the chest into a tiger curl and then rolling over to the right outer edge of your foot, right hand. Left foot grounds down, lifting the lower ribs, the chest, perhaps the arm, the gaze. Keep pressing into that bottom hand. One last breath in. Plank pose as you exhale. Both palms connect. Lengthening through the spine, shift forward, breathing in, moving through chaturanga on the out breath. Let's find locust pose here together. Take the arms back, reach to the palms. 3 times we come up. As you inhale, lift everything away from the earth. Exhale, touching back down. Take your time for these next 2 cycles. Notice the little pause at the top of the in-breath as you hover in space. Letting yourself release that breath in the body all the way down. You can bring the hands alongside the ribs. Coming up through hands and knees or for your full plank as you breathe in. Downward facing dog is waiting there for you. Tune into that sound of your breath. Not only that movement at your belly, where else can you feel that vibration, that pulsation, that spunder of energy, of prana? Smoothly taking the right leg to the air. See if you can avoid opening the hip this time and instead just bending the knee, bringing that right heel toward the right sit bone. Leading up now with the knee as you start to lower the left heel, adding that little extra calf and hamstring stretch. Extend the right leg up, breathing in, lift the hips, step the foot forward as you exhale, building your lunge on this second side, taking the arms up, finding your winged warrior, exhale. 2 more here with your breath. With the arms reaching up, you're now touching down at the front of your mat. Step forward, breathe in, lift your chest halfway. Exhale to fold. A reverse swan dive, breathing in, palms are meeting overhead as you release the breath, drawing the hands slowly, mindfully down to the center of the chest. We're finding tree pose at the top of your mat. Your left knee is going to be bent out to the side to begin with. Your right leg is your standing leg. A micro bend through the standing leg knee. Heel to the inner ankle or to somewhere along that standing leg. Hands could come at the heart and drawing the palms in. And just start there noticing that as you draw that knee back, that left hip is coming forward. So there should be that sensation of resistance, which will mean the glutes have to switch on here. And you can take the arms wherever you feel is most complementary here for your balance. Outer drishti, inner drishti. You bring everything back to center before lowering the left foot down. And then shifting weight into that left leg, we take tree pose, Rikshasana, straight away on this second side. So a little softening through that standing leg. Drawing everything in and up, all directions, top to bottom, bottom to top, left to right, right to left, meeting at center here. Keep drawing the knee back a little, sending the right hip forward. With control, lowering the foot down, releasing the arms. At the top of the mat, the palms turn out. We circle the arms up as we breathe in. Exhale, diving forward here. Find that halfway lift, inhale. Left leg steps back, warrior two. Build from the ground up. Look at the feet. Just turning those back toes slightly forward to the front left corner of your mat. Bring that back hip into a happier place, opening more through the mid-spine, taking the arms long. Notice if that right knee wants to collapse in or out. You want to try and track it roughly through that second toe. So again, you need to feel that squeezing in of the glutes, the outer hips, drawing that leg into place, stabilizing the knee, the ankle. And from there, we flip the front palm. Take a breath in, reverse your warrior. Keep bending into the front knee here. Breathing into the right rib cage. On your next breath in, start to straighten that front leg. You're going to take this space with you now into your tree pose. So don't get too eager to reach the floor or the foot. Stay long through the underside first, and then if it's there, start to lower down. In fact, why don't you rotate that right rib cage around a little bit more, lengthen through both sides of the torso. As you breathe in, lift just a little to create that shelf. Exhale, top arm reaches toward the top of your mat. Create that diagonal line to the left side of the body. And whether your elbow is on your knee or your hand is on the floor, just for a moment, could you get a little lighter there? And pressing into both feet, inhale, coming all the way back to warrior two. Stay for the exhale. Hands come to the hips, inhale, straighten both legs enough to pivot around now to goddess pose. So you can bend into the knees, bring the hands to the heart, interlace the fingers here. Inhale, lift to the chin. Exhale, pressing forward. Coming back to the chin, breathing in. So you're bending into the knees, you're pressing into the feet evenly. And meeting with those palms, pressing out in front. Reach the arms up, inhale. Arms are coming back out in front, exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. One more like this. Hugging into all the toes, the heels. Reaching forward. Start to straighten the legs. Bringing the hands to the hips. You can pivot the big toes in slightly here. Take a breath in, lift, lengthen, hinge from the hips as you breathe out and fold. Hands can lower down to the floor, the block, the feet. Notice if there's any tension through the neck or the jaw, letting the head be a little heavier here. We're here for one last full round of breath in. Long breath out. You can soften the knees, framing that front foot. That's your right foot again. This time we're taking the right leg up into that three-legged dog, lengthening the right side of the body first. Then if you'd like to twist, bend the top knee, look under the right armpit. Keep lifting that left armpit away from the earth. The chest will want to collapse. Stay with this or find Wild Thing. Take your tiger curl, right knee to the chest first, and then rolling to the outer edge of the left foot. Right foot is pressing into the floor. 3 points of contact here, lifting you away from the earth. One last inhale. We find our way into plank as we release the breath. Shifting forward, inhale. Lower down with control, exhale. Finding your locust pose here, reach the arms back. Staying with the breath. Feel that expansion of the abdomen, the ribs, and the chest moving forward and up. Stay for one last breath. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Coming up with control, downward facing dog. Sending the left leg long to the ceiling, dropping the left hip though. Start to bend the left knee, left heel is drawing toward the sit bone. Now you're leading up with that bent knee as you start to send the right heel toward the floor. Send that right heel toward the floor. And as you breathe in, start to extend that top leg up a little higher. Step forward, exhale, warrior two. No hurry to lift up. Build that strong foundation. Try not to get too lazy with that front leg. You want to feel that outer hip hugging in. Knee is over the ankle. From there, we flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Now your knee might have moved there because you're leaning back, so just pay attention. Feeling that quad working here as well. Keep pressing into the front big toe. As you breathe in, start to straighten the front leg. Still a micro bend there, of course, and we find our triangle pose. You might look over the bottom shoulder. Explore that alignment as you draw the left rib cage around to the long side of your mat. As you breathe in, lift just enough, extended side angle, elbow to the thigh, top arm reaches long. But you're not collapsing all your weight on that left leg, are you? Or down toward that left hand or toward the floor. Press into both feet, breathing in warrior two. Stay for that breath out. Inhale, straighten the legs just enough, pivoting around again, finding your goddess pose. Adjust as you need to, create that strong base, bring the hands together. Interlace the fingers, inhale, lift to the chin. Pressing forward, exhale. Reaching the arms overhead, inhale. Add a side bend to your right as you exhale. Keep pressing up through the index fingers, feeling that right rib cage coming around slightly. Press into the hands, inhale back to center, exhale to the other side. Left rib cage comes around. In fact, you might look up under your right armpit. Inhale back to center, exhale, straighten the legs, pivot the feet in a little. Take a breath in, lift, lengthen, hinging forward, release that breath. Arms heavy, head heavy. Soften the knees, lift up just enough now so you can frame your front foot. So walking back around to the front of your mat, step forward, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Slowly rise up your reverse swan dive. Hands meeting, release the breath and the hands down to the heart. How would you like to use these next 3 breaths? To focus on other areas of your life, parts of your day, or receive the feedback from your body right now, knowing yourself a little better just through these mindful breaths. Let the arms come down alongside the body. Take a breath in, circle them up, look up. Lead with the heart, exhale to fold. Finding that halfway lift, breathing in. Stepping back into downward facing dog. The body starts to tie here, so our foundation and the form of our body can start to get a little compromised. So keep lifting the front ribs into the back of your shirt, lengthening through the spine. Feel the back body on, even if that is bending the knees a little more. Notice if there's tension around the neck. Hug the forearms in, create that stable base. Reaching the heels to the floor. Can you stay for 2 more breaths here? And using that next exhale, start to lower all the way down to the knees. And you can sit over to one side so you can bring the legs out in front. Move the flesh of the buttocks, come to the front of the sit bones, lift the spine tall. And then bending through the right knee, bring the foot onto the floor. Remember, if it's too far back, you're going to round through the spine. So having it out in front is no problem. Anchor down, sole, heel, sit bones, lift tall. Left arm wraps around the knee. Right hand comes on the floor, nice and close to the bottom. Using those points of contact. Stay engaged into the earth. Keep rising up, finding space. And then dissolving your way back to center. Hands come on the floor behind you. We start to now press into the palms all the way to the fingertips, the heel, the foot, lifting the lower ribs, lifting the chest, gazing forward or up. We're here for 2 more breaths. Hugging the hands towards the feet toward the hands. And as you release the breath, coming all the way down here. So wrapping that left leg around behind you, finding your way into deer pose, shifting weight forward, and letting the head be heavy or supported. Starting to come all the way up. This time our right leg is in front, the left foot is on the floor. We come forward, grounding down, wrapping the right arm around, pressing into that backhand. Noticing the way your abdomen is moving against that leg. Let it remind you of the feeling of your body breathing. One last breath in. As you exhale, coming back with your gaze, hands behind you, lifting up as you press down. Drawing the legs towards each other, drawing the arms towards each other. One last breath here. Lift the ribs, lift the chest. And exhale, lowering smoothly all the way down. Deer pose, right leg behind you, left shin in front. And let the upper body melt down towards the floor. Slowing the breath down. It's coming all the way up here. You could bring the legs out in front. So you are going to be coming down onto your back. There'll be the option of bridge pose, but I'll also talk you through fish pose. If you want to have a little look at fish pose first of all, you're going to be tucking your hands underneath your body and rolling the shoulders under as much as you can towards each other. The legs lengthen and they also draw in towards each other. We keep the head on the floor the whole time and we press into the palms and forearms to lift the chest, open through the heart, open through the throat. And then when you're ready to come down, the head remains in contact with the mat as you slide it back down, bending the knees and releasing one arm at a time. So if you'd prefer to stay with bridge pose, I'm pretty sure you're all very familiar with bridge pose, so you can find that as you're ready. You may also like to roll the shoulders under and interlace the hands underneath in your bridge pose. If you'd like to find fish pose, I'll talk you through it again. So from that reclined position, roll one shoulder at a time underneath, turning the palms down. Your palms or the back of your hands are more under the back of your thighs. The legs are long and they're squeezing in towards each other, pointing the toes and reaching the legs away. Please keep your head on the floor as you ascend and descend. Start to press into the palms, the forearms and the elbows. Take a breath in, lifting up. Legs are drawing towards each other, pressing the palms down. Start to draw the shoulder blades a little closer to each other. Feeling into this fullness of breath. If you'd like to stay for one last breath in here. And when you're breathing out, head is simply sliding away on the mat and you're releasing one leg at a time, the knees bent, unfolding the arms from underneath you as well. Just take a moment to find that neutral spine. Taking the right leg up toward the ceiling now, holding onto the back of that thigh, or perhaps reaching up towards the back of the lower leg or ankle. You might add a little pulsation movement here. And then either finding a figure 4 with that right ankle on the left knee, or bringing the legs even closer together, more like a eagle pose legs. Shift the hips to the right first, and then bring the legs over to the left. Take the arms wide or like a cactus. Turning the head in the opposite direction of the knees. And staying with these next 3 exhales. Come back through center with the head and the legs. Release and bring your body back into the middle of your mat. Take your left leg up toward the ceiling, holding somewhere on the back of that leg. And a little pulsing here. Left ankle or the back of the left knee onto the right knee. Lift the hips over to the left and start to bring the knees to the right side. And see if you could just let go of a little bit of that effort here. Find contentment with where you are is where you are meant to be, and you stay these last 3 exhales. Make your way back to the middle of your mat and a neutral spine where you can find your way into Savasana now. Take anything else that you need to be comfortable. If you're willing and able to stay with me for these last 10 minutes, then I just know it is going to be so beneficial in your day, in your life. You're already here, so what's another 10 minutes just to stick around and gift yourself a little time just to be. So adjust the body in a way that you can find comfort in stillness. Notice where your body touches down on the floor or onto any supports. You may like to take just 2 or 3 cleansing breaths here, A little longer exhales through a slightly open mouth. Inviting the mind to participate in this time of stillness and spaciousness. And then letting those breaths return only through the nostrils. And continuing to sense that light touch of air as it enters and exits the nose. And notice the way that even as you acknowledge the breath moving out, you don't continue to follow that breath. You just let it be. And what if you could apply that same idea with thoughts as they arrive, and you just chose to let them pass, and you weren't concerned with their direction or their final destination. You notice the thought and you watch it disappear. Just as you notice the breath and you observe it dissolving. And I know for some people, on some occasions, this can be the most challenging part of the practice. So offer yourself patience, forgiveness, and kindness. And stay with the sensation of your body breathing. Stay with me now for these final 5 minutes, just 5 minutes out of your day. And anytime the mind wanders, you know that you can gently guide it back into the here and now. Watching over the breath moving in and the breath moving out. Breath moving in. Breath moving out. And allowing this ease of breath to remind you of the ease within your body and mind. And because of this ease that you feel, it allows you to slide a little deeper and deeper into rest for just these last 2 minutes. Deeper and deeper into rest. Allow these next few breaths now to spark a little movement into your body through the fingers and the toes. Enjoy this movement of your body, a reawakening into a brand new moment. Take the time as you move to feel gratitude for this amazing body. Find your way to one side of your mat if you haven't already. And slowly coming back to your comfortable seat in preparation to re-enter this day. I'm so very thankful that you are out there on the other end sharing this practice with me, this practice of yoga that I know is benefiting your life just as much as it is mine. Thank you for being here, and I wish you well.